Today's topic is urgent because it has become the biggest threat to democracy: freedom of speech versus censorship. What is the difference and why it matters? Freedom of speech is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. In simple words, the definition of freedom of speech is the right of a person to express ideas, opinions, and words freely without retaliation or resistance from the government. What is not protected under freedom of speech is speech that expresses incitement, defamation, fraud, obscenity, child pornography, fighting words, and threats. Censorship, on the other hand, is the suppression of speech or public communication and enforces repercussions that go against freedom of speech, which, we've already stated, is protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution. Censorship is often seen in books, movies, articles, speeches, and recently even in daily communal interactions between citizens. While hate speech can cross the line and result in aspects of speech that are not protected by law, like threats, defamation, and fraud, for example, it is no more than offensive and hurtful speech and is still protected by the First Amendment. We are living in heightened times of litigiousness and divisiveness, which creates imposed censorship, nowadays seen as cancel culture and canceling someone for their speech. This imposed censorship is exercised on both sides of the social and political aisle. Censorship is usually imposed by a government through laws and policies, while canceling someone is an individualistic or societal act. In recent times, we are observing the phenomenon of the power that cancel culture holds, where lawmakers and corporations are responding to cancel culture in ways that affirm a new style of censorship. Let's be clear of one thing: freedom of speech and cancel culture are both protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution. The concern is that cancel culture will soon create a path for laws and policies to enact censorship on society despite the clear position the Constitution holds for freedom of speech. A society that lacks freedom of expression, freedom of thought, and freedom to challenge is a society in danger of losing liberty and at risk of living under repressive and oppressive conditions. We may have the urge to impose our views or stop others from expressing their views, but each time we suppress someone publicly, we are absolutely at risk of losing our own freedom and our own stances. Freedom of speech is the highest form of a liberated society. Unfortunately, it is not a given, and protecting it is the responsibility of the citizens that form the ideals of a democratic government.